Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and today we're going to do a video on how to enjoy your Hot Toys collection. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this sounds like a really stupid topic. Like, I know how to enjoy my collection. And maybe you do, but maybe there's people out there that are new to the hobby. Maybe there's just people that aren't enjoying the hobby to the fullest experience, and maybe this video would be for you. Maybe you're getting frustrated, or maybe you're just kind of not feeling the love for the hobby like you once were, and this could be the video for you. Before we get going, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss any new content coming your way. All right, let's get going. So I do have 5 tips on how to enjoy your collection to the fullest, and the first one is going to be reposing your figures, or just posing them in general, and then rearranging your display, continuing to improve the display, tweaking the display, adding cool features to it. You know, keep growing in the hobby, and keep putting your figures into new poses. Maybe you get better at posing your figures. Maybe you're just getting fatigued from the way the display looks or the figure looks. And a repose can be a great way to spend time with the figure and just overall enjoy the collection, enjoy the hobby. And then maybe if you're getting a little stale, bring you back in and ignite that love again for that figure. The second way to enjoy your hobby is to spend time with it, right? To be around it. So I would just say, have your display in a place where you spend a lot of time. If it's in a rec room where you watch movies, or if it's in your home office, or obviously sometimes we have families or we're married, so it can't just be in the living room or in the dining room or wherever. It's got to be kind of tucked away a little bit. But even still, have it somewhere where you're actually going to be able to spend time with it. For me, it's in my office. I work remote at some points. I have a small TV here so I can watch movies, and I just like being present with the figures, being able to be at work and then just kind of admire the collection, spend time with it, and figure out kind of what I want to do with the display or tweaking poses. It's a lot of fun, so just being present with your collection is a great way to enjoy it. The third way to enjoy your collection is to curate your collection. Sometimes things can get, again, a little stale, but if you're curating, you're tweaking it, you're involved with your collection, you're selling some figures that maybe don't mean as much to you anymore to get the new figures that you're really super excited about. Maybe there's a time when you walk by a figure and you just don't have the same love you once did, so that might be time to sell the figure and curate your collection. Maybe you have like a limit on how many you want to buy. Maybe you use those funds to buy the new figures and you kind of keep that passion going. But I would say curating your collection is really important, because things can just tend to, again, get stale. You can get overwhelmed with the hobby. So if you kind of are curating and always just making it, it's like if you have a plant and you're kind of like pruning it, or clipping the dead branches off. It's the same thing with your collection. Clip off the figures that don't mean as much to you, and maybe you just want to move on from, because I feel like if you keep things in your collection that you maybe necessarily your heart's changed about, I feel like that just isn't a great way to enjoy the collection. You might build more animosity or just stress or boredom. So I think curating your collection is very important to just enjoy the collection. It keeps you involved. Speaking of being involved, the fourth thing that I have is be a part of the community. Get involved in the community. YouTube is a great way to be in the community. I don't have real life friends that enjoy this hobby, except for maybe one, Brick Artemis. But other than that, people look at me like I'm from outer space when I show them my displays. So it's great to share this hobby with the community and to find other people that can relate to you out there. So I think that's really important, whether you're on, Facebook groups or Reddit or whatever other group, YouTube, watching channels like myself, or just getting involved with other people and sharing in that fellowship of the Hot Toys community. I think it's really important, and it helps me enjoy my collection a lot more because I can share it with someone else. And the fifth way that I've come up with to enjoy the hobby is to keep a cap on it. I kind of hinted towards this earlier in the video, but like have a spending limit, or have a total number of figures limit, something that will just help you from getting overwhelmed or stressed out or, going broke in the hobby, because, this can be an expensive hobby and it can obviously get out of control really quickly. So I think it's really important that you set these boundaries for yourself, because I've seen so many people get out of the hobby because they no longer enjoy it, because it's ruining their finances, it's taking up too much space, it's getting in the way of relationships or whatnot. So I think if you make sure that you cap that, I think you're going to be in a much, much better place. And you'll also be able to enjoy, the figures that you do have that much more, because if you just continually buying, I think it gets harder and harder to enjoy all the figures you have, especially if you're running out of space and you're cramming everything in. Are you really able to enjoy each figure for what it is? Can you even repose the figure, or does it just go in and you never see it again? So I think if you are limiting the amount of your purchases, and also maybe just having budgets, and it kind of goes back to curating as well, then I think you're going to be a lot happier and able to enjoy this hobby a whole lot more. So those are just the top 5 things that have been on my mind on maybe how people can either just enjoy the hobby, rekindle their love for the hobby. Maybe new people coming into the hobby can just know what they're getting into, but have ways to kind of just enjoy the hobby without tapping out, because we hate seeing people leave this awesome hobby. So if you guys have any tips for me, leave them in the comments below on how you enjoy your collection, because I'd love to obviously hear from each and every one of you, because that's what this is all about. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.